What's good, y'all? Hold up, it's your boy Speed. And listen. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We back with another banger, another highlight reel from the craziest stream you ever seen. This ain't just any stream. This is the one where everything went down. Everything. We're talking about the moments that had the chat going crazy, the moments that had me screaming, the moments that had me jumping out my chair. You feel me? This is the best of the best, the top clips, the legendary moments that you gotta see to believe. You think you know what happened? You think you saw it all live? Nah, you ain't seen nothing yet, I promise you. We got it all clipped up. All the madness, all the energy, all the... Wait, what was that? Did y'all hear that? Anyway, we got the craziest reactions, the most intense gameplay, the funniest moments, everything packed into one video just for my dogs, just for the Speed Gang. So sit back, get your snacks, turn the volume all the way up because you are not ready for what's about to go down. This is pure, uncut, 100% speed energy coming straight at your screen. We ain't holding nothing back in this one, you hear me? From the moment I turned on the camera to the second I signed off, it was pure chaos, pure entertainment. These are the clips that people are going to be talking about for weeks, months, years. These are the clips that define the grind, that show the passion. So if you're new here, get ready to see what the hype is all about. And if you're part of the Speed Gang, you already know what to do. Let's run it up, let's get into the madness, let's go. Sui. Alright, so boom! Picture this, right? I'm just chillin', vibing with the chat, talking my stuff, you know how I do. The energy is good, the stream is flowing, everything is calm. Or so I thought. I'm just reading the chat, laughing with y'all, and then out of nowhere, bam! My eyes catch this notification. It's a donation, a big one. I'm talking about a donation that makes you question if your eyes are even working right. I had to look once, twice, 3 times, man. I'm like, ain't no way, bruh. My brain just short-circuited. I froze. The music in the background, the game on the screen, everything just disappeared. All I could see were those numbers. My jaw dropped to the floor, I swear. I jumped out of my chair so fast I think I left an after image, like in an anime or something. I started running around the room, man, just screaming. Not even words, just pure unfiltered noise. The chat was going crazy, spamming W's, spamming fire emojis. They were losing their minds right along with me. It was a whole earthquake in my room, I'm telling you. I couldn't even form a sentence. I'm trying to say thank you, but all that's coming out is yo, what? I'm pointing at the screen, pointing at the camera. My whole body is just shaking with energy. This wasn't just about the money, you feel me? It was the support, the love from the Speed Gang, all hitting me at once. It was so unexpected, so massive, it just overloaded my whole system. I had to sit down, take a breath, and just stare at the screen in disbelief, and then the barking started. Y'all know what happens when I get too hyped. I couldn't help it. I just got on all fours and started barking, man. Bark. The chat was loving it. They were barking right back at me in the comments. It was a whole kennel up in the stream. It was one of those moments where you just lose all control and let the raw emotion take over. It's that connection I have with y'all. That's what makes moments like this so legendary. It's more than just a donation, it's a memory. Looking back at it, it's still one of the wildest reactions I've ever had. It's that genuine shock, that pure explosion of joy and gratitude. That's what it's all about, man. Taking that energy you guys give me and just blasting it right back through the screen. That moment was a testament to the Speed Gang, the best community on this whole platform, period. Nobody can tell me different. Nobody. That was a moment for the history books, for real. I'd bet. So check it. We're in a FIFA match, right? And it's not just any match, it's one of those ones. The ones where everything is on the line. My pride, my reputation, everything. And I'm getting cooked. I mean cooked. The other guy is up 3-0. He's passing around the back, doing all the toxic celebrations. He's trying to get in my head. The chat is spamming L. They're saying it's over. They're saying GG. I could feel the doubt, man. I could feel people thinking, Speed's gonna lose. But me? Nah, I don't know the meaning of the word quit. You can't break me? I looked straight into that camera and I told the chat, it ain't over. Watch this. I leaned in closer to the screen. My hands were sweating. My heart was pounding out of my chest. It was the 70th minute. Time was running out. I had to lock in. I mean, really lock in. I put on my game face. The world around me faded away and it was just me, the controller and the game. I was in the zone. Then it happened. A little flick, a quick pass, and boom, goal. 3-1. The chat went from spamming L to spamming wait. There was a glimmer of hope. I could feel the momentum shifting. The other guy started playing scared. He was making mistakes. I stole the ball back. Another quick 1-2, and bam! Goal. 3-2. The room erupted. I jumped up screaming, let's go! I told y'all! The chat was going ballistic now. The comeback was on. The clock is ticking down. 88th minute, 89th minute. It's now or never. I'm dribbling down the wing. My Cristiano Ronaldo, the GOAT. He's weaving through defenders like they're not even there. He gets into the box. I can hear my own heartbeat in my ears. I charge up the shot. The whole world went into slow motion. And then, goal! 3-3. I threw my headset off. I stood on my chair. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. The chat was just a blur of Sui and W and goat emojis. We go to extra time and the rest is history. I had all the momentum. I scored again, 4-3. The final whistle blew and I just collapsed back in my chair, exhausted but victorious. I pointed at the camera, out of breath, and just said, never doubt me again. That wasn't just a game of FIFA, man. That was a life lesson. No matter how far down you are, you keep fighting. You lock in, you believe in yourself, and you can make anything happen. That's the speed mentality. That's for the speed gang. Sue! So, we're in the middle of the stream, right? The energy is at an all-time high after the FIFA comeback. I'm on top of the world, feeling invincible. I'm about to jump into another game, talking to the chat, and then, poof. Everything freezes. The game on my screen is stuck. My camera feed is frozen in the most awkward position. My mouth is wide open. I probably looked crazy. I'm clicking my mouse, smashing my keyboard, yelling, hello? Hello? But nothing's happening. My first thought is, no, not now. You can't have a legendary stream and then have the tech just give up on you. That's the worst. I see the chat starting to spam question marks and lag and F. I could feel the energy just draining out of the room. A technical glitch is like the ultimate vibe killer, you know? It can derail everything. But I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm not gonna just sit there and stare at a frozen screen. So, what do? I start narrating my own freeze frame. I'm like, look at me. I look beautiful, don't I? Look at that majestic pose. That's the face of a champion right there. I started making up a whole story about the frozen image, turning it into a meme of myself in real time. The chat started laughing. They started playing along, making jokes about it too. We turned a moment of frustration into something hilarious. That's how we do, man. We adapt. I'm still trying to fix it in the background, unplugging things, plugging them back in, talking to my computer like it's a person. Come on, baby, don't do this to me. Not in front of the gang. We were having a moment. I started beatboxing to the sound of my computer fan whirring. I did a whole a cappella performance while my entire setup was having a meltdown. I had to keep the show going, with or without the technology. The stream must go on, you feel me? Eventually, after what felt like an eternity, everything flickered back to life. The game came back, my camera unfroze, and the stream was saved. The chat erupted in W's, like we had just overcome some final boss together. And in a way, we did. We faced the ultimate enemy, the technical difficulty, and we beat it. We kept the energy alive, we kept the vibes going, and we didn't let it ruin the stream. It just became another crazy story to tell. That's what I'm talking about, man. Unstoppable. Alright, so after all that drama with the computer glitch, I needed to reset the energy, you know? I needed to bring the vibe back up to 100. The chat was hyped that we were back, and I was feeling that energy. I put on some music, some real hype track, and the beat just took over, man. I wasn't even thinking. My body just started moving on its own. I pushed my chair back so fast, it almost flew across the room. It started with a little shoulder bounce, you know, a little head nod. But then the beat dropped. And when the beat drops, speed drops with it. I jumped up and just started going crazy. I'm talking about moves you ain't never seen before. I was doing the gritty, I was hitting the wall, I was spinning around, I was flailing my arms everywhere. It wasn't a choreographed dance, it was just pure, raw energy being released. I was a human lightning storm in my own room. The chat was losing it. They were spamming the dancing emojis, the fire emojis. They were typing, "Go speed, go." They were feeding me the energy, and I was just throwing it right back at them with every move. I was pointing at the camera, making eye contact with y'all, like we were all in a club together, just vibing. It was a shared moment of pure, stupid fun. No thoughts, just dance. That's the best kind of therapy right there. I was getting so into it. I started using my whole room as a dance floor. I jumped on my bed, I danced around my desk. I almost knocked over my monitor like 3 times. I didn't even care. The music was just flowing through me. It's in those moments, those spontaneous bursts of just letting loose, that you feel the most alive, you know? It's not about looking cool, it's about feeling the moment and sharing that feeling with thousands of people. After like 5 straight minutes of non-stop high intensity, probably pulled a muscle dancing, I collapsed back into my chair, drenched in sweat and out of breath, but with the biggest smile on my face. The energy was officially back. The vibe was restored, the chat was happy, I was happy. Sometimes you just gotta push the chair back and have a dance break. It's essential. It's part of the speed experience. You never know when it's gonna happen, but when it does, it's always legendary. Now y'all know me, y'all know I'm passionate. I put my heart and soul into every single game I play. So when things go wrong, when the game just cheats me, I can't hold it in. So we're playing this horror game, right? I've been on edge for hours. Jump scare after jump scare, my heart can't take much more. I'm at the final part, the very end. Victory is right there, I can taste it. All I have to do is solve this one last puzzle. I'm trying, I'm really trying, but the puzzle makes no sense. The instructions are confusing, the timer is ticking down, and this monster is chasing me around. The pressure is building up, man. It's like a volcano inside me about to erupt. The chat is trying to help, but they're all saying different things. Go left, no right, press the red button. My brain is scrambled. And then, time runs out. The monster gets me. Jump scare. Game over. Silence. For about 2 seconds, there was just dead silence. I stared at the game over screen. All that work, all that stress, all that focus, for nothing. And then it happened. A rage started building from the pits of my stomach. It wasn't a yell, it was a roar. I shot up from my chair and let out a scream that probably cracked the foundation of my house. I wasn't just mad, I was betrayed by the game itself. I grabbed my controller and I couldn't help it. I slammed it on the desk. Not once, not twice, but like 5 times. Bang, bang, bang! I was pacing back and forth, yelling at the monitor, yelling at the game developers, yelling at the universe. Are you kidding me? After all that? You're gonna do me like that? The chat was going wild. Half of them were laughing, half of them were spamming RIP controller. It was organized chaos. It's a moment of pure, unfiltered frustration. It's that feeling when you try your absolute hardest and it's still not enough. That's a real emotion, and I'm never gonna hide that from y'all. After I let it all out, I just sat back down, breathing heavy, and looked at the camera. And I just started laughing. Because at the end of the day, it's just a game. But in that moment, it was my entire world. That's the passion, man. That's the rage. That's speed. 8. So after the rage, I needed to cool down. Best way to do that? Talk to my people, talk to the speed gang. So I decided to do a little quanda. I told the chat, ask me anything, no holds barred. Y'all know when I do these, it can get crazy. The questions that come in are from another planet sometimes, I swear. I'm scrolling through, reading them out loud, having a good time. There are the usual questions, you know, when's the new merch dropping? What's your favorite food? Can you bark? Which, obviously I did. Bark, bark. But then one question just stopped me in my tracks. I had to read it out loud. Someone asked, and I'm not making this up, Speed, if you had to be a piece of furniture for the rest of your life, what piece of furniture would you be and why? I just stared at the screen for a solid 10 seconds. Furniture? A piece of furniture? What kind of question is that? The chat started spamming laughing emojis because they knew it was a ridiculous question. My brain was trying to process it. I've been asked some weird stuff in my life, but that one was top tier. I started thinking about it seriously though. That's the thing, I can't just ignore a question like that. I have to give it a real answer. So I'm thinking out loud, a chair? Nah. People would be sitting on me all day. That's crazy. A table? People would put their dirty plates on me. No way. A lamp? I'd just be standing in a corner. That's boring. I'm going through all the options and the chat is just dying laughing, throwing out their own suggestions. They're saying a dog bed, which is just disrespectful, man. Then it hit me. The perfect answer. I looked dead into the camera with the most serious face I could make and I said, I would be a whole king-size bed. You know why? Because I'm big, I'm comfortable, and everybody wants to be in me. The chat absolutely exploded. They were spamming WU, GOAT, he's too funny. It was the perfect mix of ridiculous and confident. It's those random, unscripted moments of just interacting with y'all that make the stream so special. Y'all ask the weirdest questions and I'll always have the weirdest answers. Y'all know I'm always on the lookout for the next big thing, the next challenge. The chat is always spamming me, Speed, do this challenge, Speed, do that challenge. So, during the stream, they kept telling me about this new viral TikTok dance or challenge thing. I don't even remember what it was called. It was something complicated like the inverted pretzel backflip challenge or something. It looked impossible, so of course I had to try it. I told the chat, bet, pull it up, I can do that easy. Confidence was high, maybe a little too high. I watched the video of the challenge like one time. It was this person doing this weird mix of a handstand and a dance move. I'm looking at it like, hey, that's it. That's what you all are hyped about. Watch a real athlete do it. I stood up, full of confidence, ready to shock the world. I cleared some space in my room, took a deep breath, and told the chat to watch closely. Y'all ready for greatness? I said. I tried to do the first move, which was like kicking your leg up while spinning. Let's just say it didn't go as planned. I kicked my leg up, but my balance just went with it. I started wobbling, my arms were flailing around like I was trying to fly. I looked less like a TikTok dancer and more like a baby bird falling out of a nest. I didn't give up though, I tried again. This time I got a little further. I actually got into a handstand for about half a second. Then my arms just gave out and I crumbled to the floor in a heap. I just laid there on the ground, defeated, looking up at the ceiling. The chat was an absolute waterfall of laughing emojis. They were clipping it, they were spamming L, they were having the best time at my expense. I couldn't even be mad. I just started laughing while I was still on the floor. It was a complete and total failure, but it was a hilarious failure. I got up, brushed myself off and looked at the camera. 8-8, you know what? That challenge is broken. It's glitched. It's not me, it's the challenge. It's good to try new things, even if you fall flat on your face. Literally, it's all about having fun and not taking yourself too seriously. But for real, I'm never trying that again. Alright yo, for real now, let's bring it in for a second. After all the yelling, all the dancing, all the craziness, there are these moments on stream where things get real. The energy calms down, and I just look at the chat, I look at the subscriber count, and I just feel grateful. I was in one of those moods. I paused the music, leaned into the mic, and just started talking from the heart. I told them, yo, can I be real with y'all for a minute? Look at this. Look at all of you here right now. This is insane. I was just scrolling through the names in the chat, seeing people from all over the world, all hanging out in my stream, with me. It hits me sometimes, how crazy this all is. A few years ago, I was just a kid with a dream, and now I have the Speed Gang. I have this whole family. I'm not just a streamer, and y'all aren't just viewers. It's deeper than that. We've built something real here. Y'all have been with me through the highs, the lows, the wins, the rages, everything. You see the real me, and you stick around. That means more to me than any donation, any view count. That loyalty, that support, you can't buy that. It's something we've built together, brick by brick, stream by stream. I started shouting out some of the OGs, the people who have been there since day one. I was telling them how much I appreciate them, how their support pushes me to keep going, to be better, to be crazier, to be more entertaining every single day. I told them that they changed my life, and I mean that 100%. My life is completely different because of every single person who clicks on my stream. It was a real, heartfelt moment. No jokes, no yelling, just me being thankful. It's important to have those moments to remind everyone what this is really all about. It's about community, it's about connection, it's about having a place where we can all come together and just be ourselves. I ended it by saying, I love y'all, man. For real, Speed Gang for life. And I meant every single word. So, right after that heartfelt moment, you'd think the vibe would stay calm for a little bit, right? Wrong. This is a speed stream, you gotta expect the unexpected. I'm just about to move on, and then I hear a little noise. A little scratching at my door. I'm like, hello, who's there? I look over and my door creaks open, and who comes trotting in? My dog. My little guy just walks right into the room like he owns the place. He comes right up to the camera, sniffing the lens, his tail wagging a mile a minute. The chat immediately went crazy. All you could see was dog puppy and a million dog emojis. Everyone loves a pet cameo, man. It's a scientific fact. My dog completely stole the show. He had no idea there were thousands of people watching him. He was just happy to see me. I picked him up and put him on my lap, and he just started licking my face. I'm trying to talk to the chat, but I'm also trying to fight off this storm of puppy kisses. Chill. You're on live TV right now. You gotta be professional, I told him. But he wasn't listening. He was the star now. The chat was giving him all the attention, saying he was the real goat of the stream. I held him up to the camera like he was Simba in the Lion King. Y'all, say hello to the newest member of the Speed Gang, I said. He just looked at the camera with his big puppy eyes, and I think the entire chat's heart melted at the same time. It was such a pure, wholesome moment in the middle of all the chaos. It just shows that even in the most high-energy streams, there's always room for a little bit of cuteness. He hung out for a few more minutes, just chilling on my lap, while I answered some more chat questions, before he got bored and wandered off to go take a nap or something. But for those few minutes, he was the main character. It was a perfect, unplanned little break that just made everyone smile. Even the toughest guys in the chat can't resist a surprise puppy cameo. It's just a fact of life. Alright, so the stream is winding down. We've been live for hours. We laughed, we raged, we danced, we had heartfelt moments, we even had a dog show up. We did it all. The energy is still high, but you can feel it's time to wrap it up. I always like to end my streams on a massive energy high to leave y'all wanting more, you feel me? So I start my closing message. Speed gang, I yell, getting everyone's attention for one last time. That's it for today. But listen to me, this was a legendary stream. One for the books. I'm standing up, pacing back and forth, feeding off the chat's final bursts of energy. They're spamming W stream and sad faces that it's over. I'm just soaking it all in, getting ready for the final send-off. I start recapping the craziest moments. We had the donation, the FIFA comeback, the rage, the dance. It's like a victory lap of the whole stream. I'm reminding everyone of the journey we just went on together. It's not just about signing off. It's about putting a cap on the experience, making it feel complete. I thank everyone again from the bottom of my heart for pulling up and making it what it was. Remember, I say, getting louder and louder. Y'all are the best. Y'all are my dogs for life. We are the #1 community on this platform, and don't you ever forget it. My voice is getting hoarse, but I'm pushing through. I have to give every last ounce of energy I have. That's the deal. I tell everyone to be ready for the next one, because it's only gonna get crazier. Then comes the final moment, the signature sign-off. I take a deep breath, look right down the barrel of the camera lens, and I let out the biggest, loudest, most powerful suey I can possibly muster. I hit the pose, hold it for a second, and then bam, I hit the end stream button, leaving nothing but a black screen and the echo of that final cheer. That's how you end a stream. Pure energy, pure love until the very last second. And that's a wrap, y'all. What a stream, man, what a stream. From the crazy K9 encounter all the way to that final COE, the energy was just off the charts. These were just the highlights, the tip of the iceberg of the madness that went down. Every single clip was a movie, and I hope y'all were feeling that energy right there with me through the screen. We really are building something different here, something special, and it's all because of you, the Speed Gang. Thank y'all for rocking with me, always. But listen, the grind never stops. You hear me? The highlights keep coming. If you loved what you saw, and you know you did, then do your boy a favor. Smash that like button until it turns blue. Hit that big red subscribe button and, I can't stress this enough, ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next time we drop a banger like this one. You want to be the first to see the next crazy moment? You gotta have those noties on, man. It's the only way. Thank you all again for watching, for supporting, for being the best community on the internet. For real, we're already cooking up the next highlight reel. And let me just tell you, you think this one was crazy? You ain't seen nothing yet. So stay tuned, stay locked in, and get ready. I love every single one of y'all. Speed out, Sue!